showtime. Three minutes until showtime. Minutes until showtime. One minute until showtime.
Look at you. All right.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
It's showtime, folks! Welcome to the The podcast designed to awaken consciousness. Hosted by Reverend Swanbeck, the mighty Celtic. She will touch base on a variety of topics from E.T., divination, paganism, consciousness, history, Celtic, magic, self-help, chakras, energy, and so much more. Join her every Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and allow yourself to awaken with A.T.U.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's show. First off, topic is I want everybody, please, to continue sending out as many blessings and healings as possible as Florida and many other places recover from the devastation from Hurricane Ian. It was definitely a rough one, and it touched a lot of us. Some of our families are down there, and all I could say is many blessings for everything that is still to come, the cleanup and things like that. So, I mean, again, bright blessings, many blessings for you guys. But this chakra, I'm telling you, we couldn't have hit it any perfect. And I didn't plan this. I didn't know the hurricane was coming. But today we are talking about not frogs, but the color green. I love this frog. So what we are right now is we are talking about the heart chakra with everything that has been happening. This is definitely something we need to definitely do, because everything that Floridians have been through Cuba and with the storm and the devastation. Some people lost everything. The heart is something that is definitely going to break through all of this right now. So we're going to get right into the heart chakra. I have 2 more chakras after this, and then we're going to get into some fun stuff. But we need to do this. This is the basis. Remember, if you've missed any of the shows, you can always go back to Blog Talk and look for the Rift Radio podcast, and you can backtrack any of the shows so you could follow all of the chakras, or just do a refresher and re-listen to it. You can do it that way as well, or you can rewatch the video if you like looking at the crazy old lady. Yes. Okay. So what we're talking about today is I would like to get through at least the heart and the throat. I don't think I can add the third eye as well, but I really want to get into these chakras. So, and again, I do have a call-in number for anybody that would like to call in, especially those that want to call in safe for your friends over on Facebook. It's 323-870-3877 is the call-in number. But we're going to get into the heart chakra right now. Now, the color, of course, of the heart chakra is green. Believe it or not, most people think the heart chakra is red. That's your root, because green is the heart. Red is red roses love. So we're dealing with the element of wind here. How ironic. The element of wind, love, and healing is what we're dealing with. The seed sound in this particular chakra is YAM, which is, of course, yam is what it is. The yam. I could shorten this. Maybe I could get through the rest of them so we can have something fun going on next week. Now, your heart chakra, of course, is located in the center of your chest, is where it's actually located. It's derivative from the principle of transformation and integration. The 4th energy center is said to bridge the earthly and the spiritual aspiration. So what that means is it's the bridge in between your crown, which is your higher chakra, and your root, which is your lower. So it bridges you because it's the 4th chakra. It's the center. Okay. Now, when we're talking about the heart itself, there are physical issues and psychological issues that can happen when we are either off balance, underactive, overactive when we come to the chakras. And again, I know you guys are getting sick and tired of this, but it's definitely something that needs to be done before we get into some of the October fun stuff. I want to get through this as much as possible. So please, any questions, type them in the chat room or just give me a call in and I will check on the board here and there. Now, if you, and again, this is what we're talking about. The heart chakra can actually become imbalanced pretty easy because it's our heart and our emotions are connected to that. Now, as a result, you may experience, you either have strong emotions, emotional change, like all of a sudden flip switch, physical ailments, or significant changes in your environment can actually cause this. It actually manifests as a blockage of energy flow, or on the contrary, tend to become overactive and excessive. Now, for those that have had suffered a recent loss, whether we're talking about the loss of a loved one or the loss of our, pretty much everything we've worked for. So those are things that are kind of what's going on. Now, you can actually see the signs of an imbalance of your heart chakra, being overly defensive. And again, we're talking some of the symptoms that you'll have. You're being overly defensive, feeling closed down. That's another one. It's like you can't seem to move ahead at all. Codependency, relying on others' approval and attention. Trying to please people at all costs. That's another one that stems from the heart chakra. Always putting oneself in the role of savior or rescuer, or on the contrary, falling into victimization. In other words, you're the victim of everything that has happened to you, is what it is. Now, excessive isolation, being recluse and antisocial, is another one. Holding grudges, not being able to forgive. We all need to forgive because it's going to block that heart. It's going to stop us from actually moving forward with what it is. Now, there are some actually physical ailments that can represent as far as this. Respiratory ailments such as lung functions, bronchitis, circulatory, and heart-related issues are some of the issues. Now, if you're dealing with something that's overactive in the heart chakra, your heart chakra can become overactive. And again, it's associated with how you relate to yourself and others. That's what the heart chakra actually deals with. Now, what I am doing is providing you with the information that would help you understand which chakra is actually off balance, what's going on, and that's why I'm going over the 7 major chakras. After that, I do want to get into some divination and some really fun classes and topics to talk about. But this is something I felt, especially with the holidays coming, this is something that we all needed to know about. Now, common symptoms of an overactive fourth heart chakra is loving indiscriminately, lack of proper boundaries in friendship and intimate relationships, tolerating too much from others. That's a big one. Okay. To the point where you're neglecting your own emotional self-care, acceptance of others without discernment. That's a big one right there. Losing your sense of identity. And a lot of us do that. We will lose our sense of self. This comes from the heart chakra. Giving to others for a cause without restraints. In other words, not having that ability to be able to say no. Saying yes to everything or everyone, even if it doesn't benefit you in any way, shape, or form. You're just constantly saying yes, 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 yes. Okay, you don't want that. Codependency is another one. And again, we're talking about some of physical ailments. You can actually feel physical ailments when our heart chakras are off balance, or when our chakras themselves. Now we're talking about your heart, circulatory problems, high blood pressure, heart palpitations, heart attacks, and lung issues. Now, these are things that you're actually prone to. So what happens is when you're thinking about it and saying, wow, I've had high blood pressure for quite a while. What happens when your heart breaks? You get stressed. What's going to happen there? We're going to feel it. So what happens? Your blood pressure is going to go up, and that's going to create issues. Now, there are also some psychological issues that can develop from something like this. Loneliness, shyness, and anxiety is a big one. All come from the heart. Let's see, being overly critical towards yourself and others, again, holding grudges. Inability to give and receive freely. It's like somebody gives you something, like, why are you doing that? Well, why did you give me that? What do you want? What's going on? Okay. And that's what happens. It's like we get this like anxiety type thing. Oh my God, somebody wants something from me. What's going on? And that's what happens. And again, suspicion and fear, especially in friendship and romantic relationships. These are things that are going to cause issues. Now, a blockage in the heart chakra can actually lead to the physical symptoms like poor circulation, heart trouble, respiratory illnesses like asthma. Okay, asthma, bronchitis can stem from that. Now, if you're constantly having issues with these conditions in your life, cleaning your heart chakra, consulting a doctor, of course, but definitely cleanse your heart chakra. And you can cleanse your heart chakra in very simplest ways. Everybody should definitely have their own set of, chakra stones, personal chakra set, to lay them down on your chakra points, meditate with them, and cleanse them when you're done. These are fantastic to actually have on hand. These are things that you want to be able to work with so you can have your own personal chakra set there of particular chakra crystals. And again, we're going to get into some other ways to do that, but I really like the energy of the crystals. You can also use some essential oils or have some essential oils on hand. And again, I prefer the therapeutic and medical grade oil, because some of the essential oils don't exactly have the right type of chemicals. And if you're burning them, they're going to cause more harm than good. So you need it more of a pure strand, which is medical or therapeutic grade. Now, some of the oils you can actually work with is cypress, geranium, lavender, Miranda, Melissa, neuro oil, and orange. Oh my God, orange. Doesn't orange just make you smile? Think of it. Doesn't orange make your mouth water? Okay, so literally, guys, close your eyes for a minute, and I want you to start smelling the orange. Okay, you have this juicy orange in front of you. You start to peel off the orange, and you can smell it, and the texture's coming in. It's just like, oh, it's juicy, it's delicious. And then you break a piece and you kind of snack on a piece, and can you taste that juiciness right now? It's really good, is what it is. That's if you don't get a tangy one. They're actually pretty awesome. Now, some of the herbs and spices you can actually work with here is cayenne, hawthorn berry, jasmine, lavender, marjoram, rose, basil, sage, thyme, cilantro, and parsley. Cilantro is very good for the heart. Cilantro also has a lot of healing properties to that as well. Okay. Now, any green colored herb, spice, or food. There's a lot of leafy greens out there that are really good for your heart chakra. Anything, let's see, we can come up with lettuce, romaine lettuce. Cucumbers are also green peppers. Any green color food, herb, or spice is something that's going to be really good for that. Now, we're going to get into some of the crystals that are actually good for the heart. Not all of them are actually the color green. I might be able to get through more than 2 chakras today. So it seems to be pretty quiet in here, which is awesome, but I am determined to get that all done. So one of the crystals you can work with is rose quartz. Now, rose quartz, of course, is a semi-precious one. It's actually used to open and heal, okay, your chakra. The seemingly universal rose quartz meaning actually calls it the stone of the heart, is what they actually call it. It's actually good for aiding in sleep, alleviating physical ills associated with the heart chakra imbalances. Can also use to calm your emotions, dispel negativity, and helps you to promote peace. Now, again, we're talking about the psychological issues that come from the heart. So we're looking for something to help counteract that, if that helps with you. Jade, I love jade. I wear jade all the time. I always have a jade bracelet on. I got this cute little jade frog on my desk. I know it's a new froggy, so I'm showing him off. He's really cute. Part of my new collection. I like him. He's all mine. So, all right. So, jade, white or green jade is really, really good. Not the yellow, but the white or the green jade. Now, and again, it's a semi-precious. It's used to balance. Jade promotes emotional and physical healing of the heart's ills, and that's what it is. If you have something going on within your heart and you're having issues, to try to get that out, try to rebalance it, that's where jade comes into place. Also, anybody that has any traits of a Gemini, you definitely want a jade bracelet. What it does is it helps keep your emotions more in balance, because they say Gemini's kind of got two different personalities. Like, oh my God, who's that today? Who's that? Left, right. You never know. So green calcite actually is another one. That's used to balance and stimulate it, especially if it's underactive. It's recommended to actually absorb negativity and actually boost your immunity. Okay, calcite is actually used to promote healing and transformation as well. Green tourmaline, semi-precious, used to open and stimulate. Let's see, green adventurine, semi-precious as well, used to activate. So if it's like really, really stuck and not moving, definitely want to activate that. Also increases your focus. The green adventurine does help soothe your emotions, especially if you're going through a lot of emotional turmoil at the moment. The green adventurine is something that's quite beneficial. Some of the other things you can do is forest bathing. Forest bathing is lovely. You just sit down and you kind of just laying on the grass and looking at the beauty of the forest. They call it forest bathing. What you're doing is you're drinking in nature, and that is something that can help you out. Do a loving kindness meditation, which is you're meditating on loving and kind thoughts, is what you're doing at the moment. Establishing clear personal boundaries is another one. Low lunge yoga. Sound healing is another awesome one for that. Okay, so we're going to go right in, see if we can get through all four of the rest of these tonight. Those that are tuning in late, you'll have to get it. We're going up to the throat chakra, which is right here. Now, the color for this one is blue. Your note is G. Your seed sound is HAM, which is is what you're dealing with this. Now, your element is sky, and it's the derivative of communication, is what it is. Now, the throat chakra, of course, is the fifth chakra. It's located right at the center. As I am talking, the vibration is where the throat chakra actually is. Okay, so we're dealing with that. Now, what it is, it's the passage of the energy between the lower parts of your body and the top of your body. So you think about it, the lower part of your body is your heart chakra down, and now we're talking about the top half of your body. So it's pretty much that's where it's going to go. Now, the throat chakra is actually the principle of expression and communication. It's very, very important that you know that. And again, it's related to the element of sound, because we are voicing. When we voice, that is a sound. So through the throat, sound actually it goes into the air, and it's actually a vibration that can be felt not just in our ears, but also in our whole body. How many of you listen to this lovely music, and this music just kind of touches you because you're feeling it, especially when the singer is singing something, and it's just like, it's awesome, and you're feeling it, and it's really good. So, and that is really good. The whole body can actually feel it, and you start expressing it through instruments is another way to do it. Okay. Now, some of the behavioral characteristics of a throat chakra. You're dealing with expression, particularly the ability to express and speak out your truth. Communication, whether it's verbal, nonverbal, external, or internal, is what you're dealing with. Connection to the authentic realm, more subtle realms of spirit in your intuitive abilities actually do stem partly from your throat chakra. Let's see. Projecting ideas and blueprints into reality, realizing your vocational purpose comes from your throat chakra. Why are you here? What's your purpose in life? A good sense of timing. Okay. Some of us don't always have the correct timing. So that is something that it is stemming from there as well. Now, your throat chakra is all about, it's about expression and how to express yourself and how to get things um, that actually come out of your throat without sounding either too sharp, too meek, or too critical, or too like, yeah, whatever, smart butt. Okay. These are all things that are happening at the moment. So, and again, but not only that, we're also dealing with our emotions and our creativity as well. It's not just about, okay, for example, the throat chakra emphasis is expressing and projecting. Okay, I'm not expressing or projecting anything, am I? No, I'm not. Okay, so the throat chakra's emphasis is on expressing and projecting the creativity into the world according to its perfect form in authenticity. Yeah. So another, and again, another method of another part of connecting with this is connecting with spirit. Your throat chakra does help you connect with spirit. Can greatly help you align your vision with reality and release pressure. It may affect your heart is what it is. And what we're talking about is if you have this blockage of energy here and it's not coming up, that's going to affect what's happening over here. We're going to have an overactive chakra. It works that way for every chakra. So, and again, the throat chakra is actually associated with the authentic body, which is said to hold a blueprint or a perfect temple of the other dimensional bodies. Now, hopefully, you guys are following this. It's actually an important reference point to align your energy through your entire chakra system. So this one is it's very important. Now, a blocked throat chakra can actually contribute to the feelings of insecurity, timidity, an introvert doesn't want to go out, doesn't want to express, doesn't want to take that chance. On the other hand of the spectrum, overactive can actually lead to gossiping, nonstop talking, being verbally aggressive or mean. Okay, and that's coming from your throat chakra. And what happens is it can seem as though the filters between you and your brain and your throat is like disconnected is what happens. Now, when your throat chakra has an imbalance, it can manifest in different ways. This can actually manifest as a lack of control over one's speech, speaking too much or inappropriately, not being able to listen to others. And in other words, we constantly want to voice our opinion, but we don't want to listen to a little bit of advice. Excessive fear of speaking, small with a voice, small improna voice. We don't want that. Not being able to keep secrets, or to keep your word. Telling lies, pet peeve of mine is lies. On the opposite side, a closed throat chakra might actually manifest as excessive secretness or shyness, lack of connection with your vocation and your purpose. Now, sometimes we get stuck. We will honestly 100% get stuck and say, okay, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I can't seem to get enough people to hear me. I can't seem to just keep going. It's going to come. It's going to continue to come to you. So we need to keep our vocation, our purpose, our throat chakra working. And we need to do that. Now, when your throat chakra is blocked or imbalanced, it flows. What it does is it hinders you. It can also affect you on your physical level. And again, what are we talking about? We're talking about your head, mouth, throat, neck, of course. Okay. It's not uncommon to actually experience neck pain when our throat chakra isn't expressing the way we need to. Headaches, hoarseness, sore throat, when the flow of energy throughout the chakra is disturbed, these are the things we could feel. Now, some of the common physical ailments, of course, chronic sore throat, frequent headaches, dental issues, mouth ulcers, hoarseness, thyroid problems, laryngitis, TMJ, can't say the long other name without mispronunciating it. Also, neck pain. Constantly having it blocked also impact your physical health as well, is what we were just talking about. Now, and again, this is what happens. What happens if we constantly have dental issues? Okay, what happens if we're constantly having a sore throat, or we end up having an issue where we have to fix the thyroid problem because we're not voicing ourselves correctly, or we do have some type of the inability. And again, I think we talked about some of this already. Some of the non physical symptoms, of course, is the fear of speaking, inability to express your thoughts. In other words, you have a thought in your head, but you can't seem to get it out of your mouth. Okay. Now, that's a blockage. Inconsistency in speech and actions. In other words, you'll say one thing, do another. Let's see. Inhibited creativity. You have this creative mind, but you can't seem to get that creativity out the way that you need to. Stubbornness, detachment, totally detached from everybody around you is also another one. And of course, shyness. Now, if you're overactive, okay, your self expression, your ability to communicate serves you as the seat of your emotions. Now, an overactive throat chakra can significantly impact your relationships and your ability to function in everyday life. We don't want that, okay? And again, we've talked about the common physical symptoms and the blockages, okay? So let's get into some of the essential oils. I want to be able to go through all of the chakra sounds tonight. If I can get through the rest of the chakras during the show, I know I'm talking really fast, so take notes or rewind if you have to. Some of the essential oils you're dealing with is chamomile, cypress, peppermint, and spearmint. Okay, now what you need to work with also is herbs and spices is what we're talking about. Let's see, cloves foot, peppermint, red clove, blossom, sage again, salt, and lemongrass. Now, if you're prone to migraines, please stay away from lemongrass, okay? Because it will keep kicking those migraines nonstop. Any blue colored herb, spice, or food is something you can work with for this particular chakra. Now, of course, dun dun dun. What do we love? We love crystals. Amzonite. Amzonite is the first crystal. Works really, really well. It's a green, like a turquoise type green, is what it is, semi precious. What it does is it dispels and guards against negativity while restoring your emotional balance. Okay. And we need that. One that I've worked with before in many occasions is the lapis lazuli. What that is, it's used to open, stimulate, and balance. They call it the stone of truth. It restores your ability to communicate effectively. And that's what it is. When we communicate, we want to communicate what? Effectively. Because if we're not being heard, what that does, that kind of makes us withdraw. We don't want to withdraw. We want to make sure that our communication is coming out in a more effective level. Turquoise. Turquoise is another good one. It's actually used to stimulate and balance, also dispels negativity, restores confidence to speak and express one's thoughts. That's an awesome one as well. And aquamarine, actually, and I lost that page of what aquamarine does. Aquamarine is another good crystal to actually work with. And for those that do have trouble working with your chakras on a regular basis and you want to have something, you can always get yourself one of these little chakra pendants and wear them on a regular basis if you want. They have chakra bracelets, which I don't have any right now, but they have chakra bracelets as well. If you want to do it that way, you can get a tree of life earring and do them in a chakra type form. Or you can just meditate like once a day. Meditate once a day. Keep something like this in your purse, and you just like 5 minutes on a break. You want to meditate with it and balance your chakras to help continually working with them. Those are things that are actually going to help you out. Sound healing as well is something that's quite beneficial. So we have 8:30 right now, and I'm going to take a little swig of my coffee. Yes, I'm a coffeeholic, and I'm proud of it. Oh my God. All right. Tell me what you guys would like for next week's show. I would love to find out. As far as I'm seeing right now, we might be able to get through the rest of the chakras and probably do a lot of fun, maybe some readings, maybe some information about going to spirit guides. I have all kinds of stuff going on and coming in. So let's find out what's happening. Now, your third eye is we're going blowing right through this as much as possible. I was only going to do 2 chakras tonight, but I think I'd like to get through them all, and I'd like to get into some more fun and uplifting stuff to help motivate you guys and give you guys the tools that you need, because that's what I do. Now, we're dealing with the color indigo. The note is A. Your seed sound is OM, which is okay, the M sound is a little bit longer. And we get into why I'm giving you the seed sounds in a minute, because it's something you can actually do in the car. Well, once we get through the crown chakra, now we're dealing with the third eye. Where's your third eye? Okay, your element is body, and awareness is what we're dealing with. Now, the third eye is the 6th one. It's actually located in your forehead, right in between your brows. See? Bum, bum, bum. It's located right there. What it is it's actually the center of your intuition and your foresight. The function of the third eye chakra is actually derivative from the principle of openness and your imagination. Okay, it's not just all about your gifts and your intuitive abilities as well. The chakra is actually related to the supreme element, which is the combination of all elements on their purest form, which is earth, air, fire, water, spirit. All elements, okay? Now, your third eye chakra is actually associated with the following psychological or behavioral characteristics: vision, intuition, perception, and suitable dimensions, movement of energy, psychic abilities related to clairvoyancy, clairaudience, especially, access to the mystical states of illumination, connection to wisdom, insights, motivation, inspiration, and creativity. Okay, creativity, yes, comes from this particular chakra as well. Now, when your third eye chakra has an imbalance, it can actually manifest in different ways. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but every chakra does have certain things that you need to be able to make aware of. Okay, feeling stuck in a daily grind without being able to look beyond your problems, and that's what it is. You can't look beyond your own problems and set guided visions for yourself. So in other words, you get stuck in the here and now, and you can't see the direction that you're trying to head into, or what it is that you're trying to do. And what happens with that is that's when we get a little stuck. That's when we get a little stuck. Now, an overactive, your overactive, third eye chakra, without support from the rest of the chakra system, which of course is the root dome, may manifest as fantasies that do appear more than reality. Okay, indulgence in physical fantasies and illusions. It's definitely overindulging. I mean, I'm not talking going to King Richard's Fair, dressing up, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about overindulging, and that seems to be the issue. Not being able to establish a vision for oneself and realizing it, not being able to stick to your guns and go into the direction you want to. Rejection of everything spiritual and beyond, usually. Not being able to see the greater picture, and lack of clarity is also something that's happening. Now, if you guys are here, just check in and let me know that you are here and you are listening. Some of my posts on Facebook haven't really been 100%. Now, if you actually have a blocked third eye, you can actually wreak havoc on your physical well-being as well. Now, since this is the energy center that actually governs your polarity gland, your paternal gland, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, and again, your neurological functions, your body's ability to fight infection, rejuvenate, sleep, maintain balance, a metabolic function can be compromised. Do we understand that? The plane, boss, the plane. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay, so I know that YouTube is okay. It's Facebook that's been, I don't know what it is. Now, as a result, you may actually find yourself frequently sick, suffering with insomnia, or developing high blood pressure. Again, that's two chakras do have an issue with the high blood pressure. And again, additional symptoms, migraines, sinusitis, constantly having sinus problems. Believe it or not, seizures, poor vision, if you weren't in an accident. Sciatica comes from your third eye being blocked. Now, in extreme cases, we're talking extreme cases, there can be a little bit more complications that might happen. And again, these are extreme cases. Okay, we're not going to really get into that right now. Now, emotional signs, delusions, depression, anxiety, and of course, paranoia. Okay, these all come from the third eye. Let's see. Hyperactivity in the third eye, overindulgence, fantasies, world not touched. Okay. So, but what it is when the third eye is actually balanced, you see everything clearly. You function and you make decisions with the sense of naturality, meaning you are confident, but not attached to any single one income. What you're going to do, outcome. So, what you're going to do is you're just going to continue to move in a direction that's actually better for you. And we've talked about some of those. Now, additional signs of an overactive third eye, hallucinations, being judgmental, anxiety, mental fog, overactive, feeling overwhelmed, paranoia, and delusions, of course. Now, let's get into some of the aromatherapy. Aromatherapy. I think we're going to get into something fun next week, is what we're going to do. I think we all need a little bit of fun next week. So October's coming. Let's get into a little bit of fun. Now, essential oils for balancing your third eye: bay leaf, clary sage, cypress, frankincense, juniper, and marjoram. All really good for help balancing that. And let's see, some of the herbs and spices: eyebright, juniper, mugwort, poppy, rosemary, lavender, poppy seed, mugwort. Said that fast. Any indigo or dark blush colored herb, spice, or food is really good to help this. And again, color bathing, wear the color indigo. That's something that's going to help you out as well. Or wear a particular wearing crystal on your forehead is usually not common, but it's something I've done before, especially when you need to open it up. Now here is like some of the crystals that you can actually work with, not all, just some. And again, amethyst. Amethyst is a wonderful crystal, and it varies from light to dark. So what you want to do is you use this to actually open, stimulate, and balance, okay, our third eye. Amethyst is a healing stone that actually offers wisdom, healing, protection from harm. So a lot of the crystals do offer their protection from harm as well. Moldavite, really hard to find moldavite that is real. Moldavite, dark green, semi-precious, used to cleanse, stimulate, balance, not only the entire, not just one chakra, the entire chakra system. That's why it's so sought after. But it's really, really, really difficult to find pure moldavite. Now, purple fluorite is another one, can actually use to stimulate and balance as well. Black obsidian is another good one, used to stimulate and balance. Obsidian is good for expelling negative energy and chakra blockages, is what it can do. And again, what it also does help you with that emotional control. There are affirmations, and again, there's cleansing in the wind in order to get the energy out to the way that you want it. Oh my God. Okay, the last chakra. The last chakra, we're going to do it today. So this way we can get into something really fun tomorrow, because I think I need to have some fun after all this. Now, your crown chakra is violet. And again, if you have any questions about any particular chakra, I'll be done soon. We're going to do the singing bowls after I finish explaining some of the aspects of the crown chakra to you as well. Now, let's see. The color is violet. The note is B. Now, there is no sound associated with the crown chakra. No sound at all. But your element is spirituality. Now, the crown chakra, of course, is the seventh chakra. It's located at the top of your head that gives you access to your higher state of consciousness as we open to what is beyond our personal preoccupations of vision. Okay. The function of the crown chakra is derivative by the consciousness that gets us in touch with universal life force and energy. Okay. And again, it's located right above the head. Now, if you have a deficiency or in your crown chakra, it tends to cause subtle symptomatic problems. Okay. Depression, mental fog, chronic fatigue is one that actually comes from the crown, migraines, and other chronic headache issues. And also greed and materialism. Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay. And a materialistic individual does come from your crown chakra. So it is something that we do want to have. Okay. We want to have that balance. Excessive energy is sensitivity to light and sound. Oh my God, I had that one time. It almost killed me. Neurological and endocrine disorders. Okay. Boredom, frustration, a sense of entitlement to unearned accomplishments. Yep. Overactive. Now, symptoms of a crown chakra actually being blocked. Okay. Isolation and loneliness, inability to connect with others, lack of direction, inability to set and maintain goals, feeling disconnected spiritually. All right. Physical symptoms, neurological disorder, nerve pain, thyroid and pineal gland disorders, Alzheimer's, reoccurring headaches, migraines, schizophrenia, delusional disorders, insomnia, and depression. Now, that is just some. Also, dizziness, confusion. Again, we've talked about lack of empathy. There was a book out once a while ago. It was called kind of The Stone Child, is what it was called. So it was pretty interesting. And it really did explain, and they worked with him and through him. So it took a long time for this particular male child to actually feel emotions in any way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna hold on. Bless me. Sorry. Now, when your crown chakra is actually balanced, you're actually going to feel grounded, in control of your emotions, in control of also your intuitive nature, and you're going to be connected to the divine. And don't we all want that? Now, these are all the chakras that I'm speaking of right now, every single one of the chakras. Now, some of the essential oils, again, cedarwood, elm, frankincense. I love frankincense. Lavender, that puts me to sleep. Jasmine makes me sneeze. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm having a fun day here. Some of the herbs, spices, and foods. Okay, what we're dealing with is herbs and spices. Lavender, of course, and lotus. Those are a couple of herbs you can actually use. Any purple or violet color or white colored herb, food, spice is actually good for this particular chakra as well. Let's see. And again, what they do is they will also cleanse, and it's a therapeutic thing. Now, some of your stones you can work with this one is selenite. Now, selenite actually opens and activates the third eye, the crown, and your soul star. It actually cleanses the aura field as well. We've talked about that before. Clear, congested energies actually lift away to higher planes, compels one to move forward in the life, and helps to remove stagnation when you feel like you're being stuck. Clear quartz amplifies energy, has memories of programmable, actually being heightened spiritual awareness, open chakras, explains consciousness used to communicate with our guides, encourages clarity, amplifies psychic ability, stimulates the nervous system, and helps with growth, hair, and fingernails. God, hair growth. Huh. Amethyst also is another one that you can work with, and we've talked about that last time. Now, diamonds. Diamonds are very expensive, so Herkimer diamonds, if we can get a hold of Herkimer diamonds from Herkimer, New York, that would be something that really help. And again, yoga, sound healing, sunbathing, working with your colors. Colors are really, really nice to work with as far as that as well. Now, let's get into some of the other aspects over in here. What I want to do right now is I want to play the sound bowls. Now, what I want to do is I want to go from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. Okay. So now I'm going to explain to you the seed sounds. If you're sitting in your car and you know the seed sounds of the chakras, you can actually balance your chakras, and you just do it like 3 times is usually what I recommend. And again, I'm going to start off from the root. We're going to work our way right up to the crown. I'm going to tell you the seed sounds, which is Lam, Vam, Ram, Ham, Yam, Om. Sorry, this one is wrong. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Ham, Om, and then silence. And if you do this like 3 times, it really does help balance your chakras. So what I'm going to do for you right now is I am going to pull up my sound bowls, and we are going to start with the root chakra. And we are going to, or I am going to, I am so used to saying we. Okay, gonna start with the root chakra and work our way all the way up. So we're gonna go to note C, C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. So we're gonna work our way from the bottom all the way up, balance all the chakras, and next week we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Don't know what yet, but it'll come. I don't know about you guys, but I feel so much better. That is awesome. You have the nice sound healing. Sound has always been one of the things that work very well with me. So we have actually covered all the chakras. How do you like them apples? So now we can get into something a little bit more interesting and fun next week. And don't forget, hit the bell and notifications. Like, subscribe, follow the Rift Network at any time. I'm not sure what I'm going to be getting into next week, but definitely going to be getting into some trouble. So now that we've got the basics of the healing down, and I feel better that you guys have the information that you need, I want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. And oh my God, I had such an awesome night. And here we go.
Don't be sad. A.T.U will be back next week at 8 p.m. Stay tuned to the Rift Network for all of your podcasts.
Peace out. All right.
Using Blog Talk Radio.
That is the end of Blog Talk, guys. If you have any requests for anything that you'd like to see for a show, please feel free to let me know. You can contact me at atunetwork@gmail.com, or you can just send a message over to the Rift, and one of the hosts will let me know. So I definitely want to do something fun. I want to do something fun and hilarious and get a little bit of laughter going, because laughter is another piece of medicine that is so awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in so much. I appreciate it. And peace out. Good night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Any questions about chakra, please feel free to let me know. Peace.